Welcome to the Vonhaus little chainsaw that comes on the end of a pole, which comes with a hedge trimmer attachment as well, which is jolly useful. But this is a little chainsaw and I couldn't find a video that showed you how to put this together, so I've had a go. Bear in mind, I am brand new at doing this. I've used this once, so hopefully everything I'm doing is correct, but it'll give you at least a good starting point, because I seem to have used it pretty successfully to cut a bunch of trees. So first of all, you get your main unit, and that sticks on the pole, that end. You get a chain, you get the chainsaw housing. I had to order extra some chainsaw chain oil because I didn't have any that came with it. And this is like some grease, which helps your sprocket. That twiddly thing there is your sprocket. Twiddle, twiddle, that's your sprocket. That's your chain. And also the chain oil is to go in here. I've got plenty of chain oil in there. You can actually see it moving just. So to put the chain oil in, you just undo this thing. Plenty of oil in there. Don't use it without the oil. Okay, so that job is done. All good. Okay. So these unscrew like this, and you normally use that tool to undo those. This tool is very useful. It comes with a screw thing. That's to help you with your chain tensioner screw down there. So that's that. Now do notice there are a couple of posts here. There's one there and there's one there. So when you replace it, these have to go back in those holes. One here. Okay, you take it off and it looks like this. One of the first things you're going to need to do is to put this on and find out where to put your tensioner. So this is something it didn't say in the book. So this comes here, and what it does is it tensions up your chain, and you can undo it and do it up like that. You see how it goes up and down. Once you've got this all assembled, you can still tension your chain fairly easily by using the screw, and I'll show you that at the end. But at the moment I've got that relatively set up. Okay, now whilst I've got this off, I'll also show you this hole on this side, the little one here, and the little one on this side. So that is like your sprocket, and that needs oiling, and that's what this is for. So put that on the hole, press down nice and hard, and do it about 4 or 5 times. And you should see a bit of oil swoosh out this side here, or the side at the top, and that shows it's nice and oiled. Well, I've done that now. Another thing that's really useful to have is a brush, and that's good for cleaning out all the crap afterwards before you oil it up to start again. Now, next thing to do is put the chain on. Now, the important thing about the chain is it has to go in the orientation of this little image there. And that corresponds with this part of your chain. See how that image is the same. It needs to go that way. You probably should wear nice thick gloves when you're doing this, but I found them so fiddly that I gave up wearing the gloves. I've just been terribly, terribly careful with my fingers, because I'm actually also a pianist. So I'm going to have to put the camera down, and I'll show you what it looks like in a moment. So now I've got it on, all the chain indicators are going in the right direction. The tensioner is tightened up. It's tucked nicely around. It sits inside this chainsaw thing, and that's all ready now to be screwed up. do the final chain adjustments. Now this needs to go in that little hole there. There you go, fits in, slots in. This one also needs to slot in. That's gone in nicely. And then we screw up the screws. Screw that so it's nice and firm. And then we want to check the tension of the chain. Well, that's far too loose. Far too loose. You need to have it the right tension, otherwise it's going to damage it. So we use this tensioner. Screw it up a bit. See what that looks like. Okay. That now is too tight. So it didn't really move at all, did it? So it needs to have a little bit more than that. Let's try a quarter of a turn. Oh look, that's about perfect. So you can just see a bit of daylight through it. See that? But basically, you're pretty much ready to go.